I forgot. Sorry. Hey, hello, Justiceservedtv. Michael Bryan here.
Hi,
Anybody?
hi. This episode is for members only right now.
Yes, this is
But
historic.
I'm going to tell you to subscribe, like, share, notify. And the reason why I'm saying that, and for members only, is because I'm going to put you on a hunt. Okay, we are going to put you on a hunt. Justice Serves TV, The Hunt. This is kind of almost the premiere of it, if you want to talk about it. And we did shows with Mark Epstein on, the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, who died at the Metropolitan Correction Center, right? Number of shows, and they developed into some leads, as a matter of fact, and we got people to talk to us about it. Michael Bryan, thoughts about that alone?
Well, I know that we had at least two people that said they had friends or others that had been on the same tier, maybe not at the exact same time, but they were able to give us a little info about the tier, the structure, the guards, how that all operates, which is a nice step toward getting what we want, which would be somebody who actually witnessed what was happening leading up to the death of Jeffrey Epstein and immediately after. So that's what we're looking for. That's what this hunt is about.
Right. And what we don't want you to do, I'm going to show you the lead we got from the person who watched. We're not naming that person. All right. But this is what it came out. I was watching your show last night. Ran across Dr. G, who does psychology of all these cases.
Dr. G.
Yeah. Having worked in juvenile corrections as a floor rehab counselor in Washington State for 43 years, I wanted to see the comments on Dr. G's show. They were very interesting and begged for someone to reach out to them. It seems in the comments, 2 names were given to look into. I presume they were officers on duty that night, though I don't know. Another person posted a lengthy comment as a sub-comment. It was from someone who stated they had been in that jail and knew many of the inmates that were there that night, that they had things to tell. At any rate, those comments are worth a look into. I worked in convicted youth sex offenders for many years there. I am familiar with many of the protocols, though each state is certainly different. This screams for someone to look into it. Thank you for doing so. So as a result of that, we went to find what she was speaking about, what this person was speaking about. I can say it's a she without identifying the name. All right. So we're going to put you on the hunt to find this person. And I'm going to show you why. But we want you only to tell us. We don't want you to dox the person if you find them. We don't want you to email the person if you find them. We want you to email justiceservedtv@gmail.com. Let us know what you find as members, okay? And then we'll go from there. Maybe we'll convene a members only room. We'll talk about how we deal with it. But we definitely don't want this person doxed, okay? Your goal in the hunt is just to find leads, even to leads to give us back if you could. All right.
Yeah, and we don't want anybody doing anything that makes them uncomfortable or makes them feel like they themselves are putting themselves in danger. No, just just pass it along.
So here's the name of the person, and I have to. The name it's at D. The handle, I should say, at D3M0N1K. Small. It's a small K, capital K, VIT. Okay, that's the handle of the person. And we can read this. As a former resident of that very detention center, I can tell you that there are access points into that unit from the area that is not seen on camera. I can also tell you that as far as covering up mysterious deaths or injuries of troublesome or high-profile prisoners, the FBOP has an entire system full of contingencies and loopholes to protect prison officials from prosecution or consequences.
And that is, sorry, Federal Board of Prisons, is that FBOP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There are internal investigative agencies known as, and I don't know what this means, SIS and SIA within the FBOP that are supposed to ensure mistreatment of inmates by staff and inmates, sexual assaults are fully investigated and prosecuted. It's supposed to ensure that. However, those very agencies actually serve to protect staff from allegations by inmates, and they do nothing to actually protect prisoners, contrary to what the FBOP program statement reads. It should also be noted that here, the alleged diagram shown does not match the actual layout, and that was because of the release of the documents. So you recall that Pam Bondi released of the unit in question in the video. On top of that, there have also been statements made by other FBOP correctional officers, and that it specifically mentions Hazelton and Mills, that confirm it is well-known fact within the administrative staff of the FBOP that something nefarious was indeed planned and carried out by the staff against Epstein. This is not new information or surprising information to anyone who has been an inmate within the FBOP, but unfortunately, nobody listens to prisoners or ex-prisoners. My FBOP records, which I have on hand for verification, are full of incidents which confirm that I am saying what I'm saying here, as I correctly deal with an ongoing medical problems and injuries from violence affected on me by the FBOP staff. I have not been a prisoner for years, and these injuries are still troublesome, and some are going to be lifelong afflictions. Reports were made and ignored by the investigative agencies who are providing you with this misinformation regarding the Epstein situation. Okay, and he continues, or he or she, I always say he because it's where Epstein was housed. Nothing the FBOP OIG tells you could be taken as valid or legitimate, as their entire purpose is to protect the FBOP and its staff from scrutiny and consequence, no matter what atrocities they inflict upon prisoners within FBOP facilities. Furthermore, I can provide the names of inmates and former inmates, and I'm still in contact, who were in that very unit at the time of Epstein's death. That can and will confirm what you see in the video, as well as what the official reports state is completely contrary to the what actually occurred. On a final note, and this will probably get me in trouble, someone should contact FCI USP Hazleton in Brewston Mills, West Virginia, and look into actions of officers M. Martin and D. Green in regards to other inmates' deaths and injuries. I'm sure these are people that have been moved out of New York. Dissect the SIS complaints if they are still available, and ask why nothing had been done about to discuss the actions of these two officers. So what this former inmate is saying, if true, is that in other facilities there are guards that have he alleges have committed atrocities. We don't know if that's true. We have no idea, so we're not saying that. Everyone is presumed innocent for anyone, whatever somebody alleges, especially somebody who's not yet identified. But we think what's important here is that he says he's still in contact with prisoners who were in that unit. Remember, that unit was emptied immediately. You know, right, Michael Bryant, and no one in that tier statements were taken from from any. And then we did do some initial research on the hunt for you. I will tell you that. Let me see. I have to add this to the stage. Okay, this handle, okay, is on IMDb. All right, and the handle shows a picture of what I think is this person's dog, a beautiful Saint Bernard. I will slobber you over everything I own. And then there's a playlist there. I didn't do the whole playlist, but Memories of an Angel. There's 28 videos for you to look at. Maybe you get a clue as to what this person likes and whether this person is real, because we don't even know that. And then I did also find the handle. We did also find the handle on that is IMDb, 40-something movie buff. So here's a join June 25. I think the other one was from YouTube that I had. This was 40-something movie buff who prefers horror or darker cinema while still open-minded enough to watch anything I come across. Studies film and special effects makeup, experience in post-production, visual effects, sound design, author, artist, and dog lover. I've chosen a life of isolation with my dog and simply try to make it day by day without imploding. So, Michael, we don't know if this is real.
Nope. And IMDb is, for those who aren't familiar, it's a database of professionals in the entertainment biz. It could be TV, it could be film, anything, whether you're in a camera person, a crew person, an actor, a producer, a director. It's a compilation of all those folks. So
yeah. So we don't know if this is real. We have no idea. And we're telling you that's why we're giving this to members, and just want you to try to see if you can find any leads for us to follow, not for you to follow, for us to follow, to identify this person so we can interview him to see if it's real that he can provide the names of inmates and former inmates I'm still in contact with who were in that very unit at the time of Epstein's death that can and will confirm that what you see in the video, as well as what the official reports state, is completely contrary to what actually happened. With regard to the other situation with naming guards and inmates in other areas, I don't know. I don't want to assume those people did anything wrong if they are real, because we're not investigating that, and all. But I think his point is that there are atrocities against inmates, he believes, and he wants to tell about it, but he doesn't want to give his real name here. And that's the bothersome part. So I don't want any of you to get in trouble or whatever. I just want you to give us some leads as to who this may be.
Right. And remember that in the Mark Epstein connection, he's just looking for answers as well. No matter what you may think about his brother, what happened in that jail should be explained to the family, and it hasn't been. So in all of this process, we hope to get some answers for him as well.
All right. Thank you very much, members. You're on the first episode of The Hunt.
Yes. Did this feel historic to you that we're doing our first members only?
Yes, it feels very historic. We promise our members we do something just for members. All right. And that means you keep it within the members also at this point. And because of the nature of this, please don't go putting it all on the internet and social media. We're going to trust you here at Justice Serve TV.